Welcome to the channel, Aquarius. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is going to be your weekly reading for the week of September 16th through the 21st. It includes the Sunday's partial solar eclipse. There's going to be a lot of energy exchanges and or shifts with this Sunday solar eclipse. It is definitely going to be a day where things will spark new beginnings that you just won't be able to ignore. It's a time of reflection, realignment, and definitely people will feel the reset on Sunday. As always, this is a general reading, may or may not resonate with you, so please take what does, leave what does not. Rules can be reversed. Apply those as they fit, and as always, cross watchers are welcome. Let's see what your moon energy is for the week. So this week you've got the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Aquarius, I do feel like you have been going through like really rough patch lately. Some of you have experienced some sort of ending or a completion of some sort of cycle that kind of had your energies like in an uproar, right? It could have been a breakup, it could have been the end of a job, it could have been the end of a partnership with someone, not necessarily a love partnership, but just like some sort of friendship or business partnership that kind of went through a really rocky ending, or someone was truly just not content with the ending itself. That could be you or the other person. And I feel like this week, since we have this solar eclipse, any manifestation that you do, specifically on Sunday, the day of the solar eclipse, will really allow you to come back in your power. I feel like the end of this cycle and the beginning of the solar eclipse is going to be a fantastic way for you to really kind of rejuvenate your sense of self, your worth, your mind reset, right? And so you take the opportunity of the energy shifts that are coming in for this week, and put those to use for your advantage this week. So definitely work on your manifestation skills. Kind of use the solar eclipse as an opportunity to really reset and regather yourself this week. Okay, let's see what tarot messages we have for you this week, Aquarius. Spirit, please give me clear and concise messages for the sign of Aquarius for the week of 9/16 through 9/21. What do we have for Aquarius for the week of 9/16 through 9/21? Let's see. So we've got the Four of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Emperor, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so definitely there could be a new connection coming in for those of you who are single. It's very possible. I do see that coming in for you this week. This connection that's coming in is going to start really slow, but it will be passionate nonetheless. I do feel like with this Emperor energy here, you are a little bit guarded, kind of reserved. You're not really putting all of your ducks in all of your eggs in one basket. I'm sorry, all of your eggs in one basket. But you're not closing it completely out. I do feel like you are a bit guarded with this Four of Coins. You're kind of protecting your heart because you've gone through that tough cycle. And or whatever ending it was, that's going to then put love into a different category for you, where you're just a tad bit more guarded, and not really putting all of the cards on the table at once. However, I do see that you're still open for love, so that's definitely good, because although you have your reservations, you're still going to give this person a try, because you do come in to this reading with the King of Cups, which tells me that this person will pour into you enough to allow you to understand that this is what they're trying to bring to the table, the Ten of Cups. Okay, so it's looking really good. I do feel like with this Emperor energy, you are a little bit reserved, but I don't anticipate you being completely closed out. For others, I do feel like you are a bit just a bit frugal this week. You're really watching what you spend your money on. You are not frivolously spending this weekend. You're being more mindful of where your money is headed. You're making very conscious decisions to really reinvest your money and making sure that your money is growing. I feel like that's something that you are completely focused on. Some of you are really just walking away from the energy to spend your money in things that you do not need, right? And you're just making like really conscious decisions as to where your money is going. For others, I do feel like you are at the end of making decisions that no longer serve you. So I feel like some of you have people in your energy that kind of really depend on your I don't want to say they depend on your finances, but they kind of do. Like I feel like you have energy leeches around you that really know that you are capable, and so they take advantage of that. And I feel like this week you're going to put like set up boundaries, right? You're setting up boundaries because you're no longer allowing people to really take advantage of your generosity this week. And this week you're just really kind of putting a halt to that. Got the Four of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So there's definitely a connection coming in for you. I'd like to preface this by saying that time is fluid. Things will happen in divine timing. I do feel like there is definitely a solid connection coming in for you, Aquarius, possibly with a fire sign. So it could be an Aries, a Leo, or Sagittarius that's coming your way or is already in your energy. But this person is coming in with they're very different from what you're used to. They're not coming in how you expect them to. They're very patient, very loving. With this you have two aces on the table, which is new beginnings, potentials, and opportunities in my eyes. Like I feel like this is an opportunity once again for you to kind of break those cycles, take the opportunity of the solar eclipse to kind of manifest what you want to come in, and you're going to get just that. Aquarius, you have an amazing ability to really manifest what it is that you want in your life and the outcomes. So put that to good use. I want you to meditate. I want you to kind of center yourself, ground yourself, and ask the universe what it is that you want as far as love's concerned, money, finances, your career. Like make sure that you're very detailed and explicit when you are asking for these things, because whatever you ask for is going to come to you 10 times fold. And that's what I feel with this relationship here. This person's going to be very direct, very have very much leadership skills and qualities that you look for, someone that's dependable, someone that this card wanted to pop out, someone that's dependable. They could live at a distance, okay? This with this card jumping right out. They could be at a distance, or you will be traveling and meet the person where you're traveling. You can meet them on some sort of boat, a cruise if you have that planned. It's definitely going to be a connection that you're going to meet at a distance, or will require you to travel to them. Okay. It's possibly going to lead to a higher level of commitment at some point in time as well. You have the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. So I just feel like you are very much leaving behind the pity party. Okay. Like you did your share of pity partying, and you have taken back your power. Okay. You're no longer really contemplating on what happened in the past. You're no longer really just dwelling on what happened in the past. You did your share of mourning that ending, and you're now really working towards your goals, towards your finances, towards your elevation and your self growth, and focusing on what's best for you. And I feel like this week you're really embodying that energy where you're not giving any more than you have to, and you're really just kind of focusing on you so that you can be a better version of yourself for this new connection coming in for you. Okay. I do feel like you're really kind of like courageous and um have that, you're embodying that type of energy for yourself this week. For some of you, I do feel like at work you're gonna be asked to do like some sort of project, a pilot, where you're gonna work with other people, and that's gonna be very successful for you. It will catapult where you are at work. So if you have some sort of leadership role, that's going to make others see you in a different light, more of a kind of leader role. If you're not in the leader role, then you'll be really looked at for a potential leadership role in the future, because people really like the way you work. People really like the way you work with others. People like your diligence. People like your sense of you're very meticulous when it comes to your work, right? You make sure that things are on time, that things are done in a proper manner, that you make as least errors as you possibly can. You're very meticulous and detail oriented with that, and so that's going to be hyper focused this week for you. Specifically at work, someone in leadership will be looking at you to see how you do your job and whether or not you can be a leader to others. If you're not in leadership, if you're already in leadership, then I do feel like your team is really looking up to you and they value what you bring to the table as a leader. Okay, so you have a major respect when it comes to that role. For others, I do feel like you're kind of utilizing this week to really regain the sense of balance, and just really kind of grounding. I see a lot of you doing some sort of spiritual work and just really connecting with nature this weekend. I do see that here quite a bit, actually. So if you have plans to go out for a hike, a run, a jog, I do see that for someone that's going to be very, very mentally relaxing and therapeutic for some of you. Money is really good for you this week. Some of you may be getting some sort of bonus or a raise, or are just really being conscious about where you're spending your money this week. Money's looking very, very good. Your finances are going to be um, pretty abundant this week for you. That's all I have for you, Aquarius, this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will connect with you next week. Until then, namaste. Bye.